The other day I was scrolling through Pinterest trying to get some inspiration, and I stumbled across this amazing picture. So I did find this pattern from a blog called Stitches and Supper. It's an awesome blog, go check it out, but I figured that some people can struggle with written instructions and they need to see someone else do it. So Halloween is coming up, you don't want to be exclusive, you need to dress up your dog as well, that's very important. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to turn your dog into a dragon. So first of all, you're going to need a dog. Let me introduce you to Lola. Lola enjoys sunbathing, hot tubbing, hiking, and most importantly, she loves dinner time. Okay, so this one is lucky enough to get a costume this year. Wanna figure out how to turn your dog into a monster? Stay tuned. So to get started on this project, you're gonna need a pair of scissors, a 5mm crochet hook, a 4.5mm crochet hook, and a sewing needle. You're also going to need 2 different colors of wait for yarn. I'm going for the Barney vibes here, so I chose this lime green and dark purple color. So I'm going to be following the basic pattern from the Stitches and Supper blog. However, Lola's no longer, unfortunately, 2.5 kilograms, so I've had to make a few adjustments. She's getting porky. Okay, so we're gonna start with the neck area. Here I'm gonna be taking the purple color, which will be the accent color for this costume, and my 5mm crochet hook. And I'm gonna chain a chain of 42. Once you've completed your chain, you're going to place a half double crochet into the 3rd chain from the hook, and then place 1 half double crochet in each chain until you reach the end. So you're going to have a total of 41 half double crochets. So now I'm going to chain 2, turn my work, and half double crochet into the 2nd stitch from the hook. So the chain 2 and the half double crochet, they count as 2 half double crochets. So for the rest of row 2, I'm going to alternate between front post double crochets and back post double crochets. I'm just going to continue alternating between these 2 stitches until I reach the last 2 stitches at the end of the row. Here you can see the ribbing effect that's being created. Okay, so here's the 2nd row of alternating front and back post double crochets completed. I'm just going to place 2 basic half double crochets in the last 2 stitches. For row 3, I'm going to chain 2, turn my work, and half double crochet into the 2nd stitch from the hook. And then I'm going to continue the same alternating pattern as row 2. The only thing is I want the stitches to line up. So as you can see, when I look at my work this way, the next stitch is a back post double crochet. So I'm going to place a back post double crochet on top of it. Then a front post double crochet on the 4th stitch, and so on. I'm going to continue this alternating pattern until I reach the last 2 stitches, and I will place 1 half double crochet in each of them. This is how your work should be looking. For row 4, I'm going to chain 1, turn my work, and place 1 single crochet into each stitch. And you should have a total of 41 single crochets. So as I'm completing row 4, I'm just going to insert my hook into the last stitch, pull up 2 loops, and change colors. This is going to be the color you want for the body of your costume. So I change colors by taking the strand of green over my hook and pulling it through the 2 purple loops on my hook. And you just want to make sure that you pull that purple strand that you were working with previously real tight. Okay, so now for row 5, I'm going to chain 1, turn my work, and place 1 single crochet in the next 18 stitches. Now I'm going to chain 3, skip 3, and then place a single crochet into the next 19 stitches. So this chain 3 space creates an area for your dog's leash to be attached to its collar. For row 6, I'm going to chain 1, turn my work, and place 1 single crochet in each stitch. Once again, you should have a total of 41 stitches. And when you get to that chain 3 space, just place 3 single crochets into that space. So for the rest of the pattern, unless I specify, we're going to be working extended single crochets. They're not really common stitches you find in a pattern, but they're super easy. Okay, so for row 7, I'm going to chain 2, turn my work, and I'm going to place an extended single crochet in the second stitch from the hook. To do this, I'm going to insert my hook like I would for a regular single crochet, pull up a loop. Now I have 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through 1 loop on my hook, so I have 2 loops still on my hook, then yarn over and pull through all 2 loops. So this is how you work an extended single crochet. So for the rest of row 7, you're going to place 1 extended single crochet in the first 11 stitches. We've already done 2, so we're going to work 1 in the next 9. So once you've placed 1 extended single crochet in the first 11 stitches, you're going to place 3 into the next stitch. After you've placed 3 into the next stitch, you're going to place 1 extended single crochet in the next 8 stitches. Then place 3 in the next stitch. And then 1 extended single crochet into the next 8 stitches. Then place 3 into the next stitch. And then 1 extended single crochet into the next 11 stitches. So after row 7, you should have a total of 47 stitches. Now for row 8, pretty easy. I'm just going to chain 2, turn my work, and place 1 extended single crochet into each stitch. For row 9, I'm going to chain 2, turn my work, and work 1 extended single crochet into the next 11 stitches. Then you're going to place 3 into the next stitch. As you can see, this lines up with the middle stitch from that increase we did in row 7. Now I'm going to be placing 1 extended single crochet into the next 22 stitches. Then place 3 extended single crochets into the next stitch, and then 1 extended single crochet into the next 12 stitches. You should have a total of 51 stitches. For rows 10 and 11, I'm just going to be chaining 2, turning my work, and placing 1 extended single crochet into each stitch, and you should still have 51 stitches in total. For row 12, we're going to create the spaces for your doggo's legs. So I'm going to chain 2, turn my work, and place 1 extended single crochet into the next 5 stitches. Then I'm going to chain 6, skip 6, and then place 1 extended single crochet into the next 26 stitches. Then, you guessed it, I'm going to chain 6, skip 6, and place 1 extended single crochet into the next 6 stitches. Everything is such a tongue twister. Okay, so for the next 3 rows, that's rows 13 to 15, I'm just going to be chaining 2, turning my work, and placing 1 extended single crochet into each stitch. And a little side note, just like we did in row 6 for the leash opening, you're just going to place 6 extended single crochets into the chain 6 space. Okay, so for row 16, we're going to chain 2, turn your work, and place 1 extended single crochet into the next 10 stitches. Then we're going to decrease by doing an extended single crochet together over the next 2 stitches. Then place 1 extended single crochet into the next stitch, and then decrease again over the next 2 stitches with an extended single crochet together. Then place 1 extended single crochet into the next 20 stitches. So now I'm going to decrease again over the next 2 stitches, place 1 extended single crochet into the next stitch, and then decrease over the next 2 stitches. Then we're going to end the row by placing 1 extended single crochet into the next 11 stitches, and you should have a total of 47 stitches. So for rows 17 and 18, I'm just going to be chaining 2, turning, and placing 1 extended single crochet into each stitch. For row 19, I'm going to turn my work and slip stitch into the first 5 stitches, and this is including that first stitch from the hook. Then I'm going to chain 2 and then decrease with an extended single crochet together in that same stitch that we slip stitched into and the stitch right next to that. I don't know why stitch is such a hard word for me to say right now. Then you're going to place 1 extended single crochet into the next 36 stitches. Then I'm going to decrease over the next 2 stitches. And I'm going to skip the last 3 stitches on the row. So you should have a total of 39 stitches. For row 20, easy peasy, you're going to chain 2, turn your work, place 1 extended single crochet into every stitch across. For row 21, you're going to chain 2, turn your work, and make a decrease over the next 2 stitches. Then you're going to place 1 extended single crochet until you reach the last 2 stitches in the row. And then that's where you're going to be decreasing over the last 2 stitches. Sorry, I don't know if I said that right, but basically you're going to decrease at the beginning and the end of the row. So you should have a total of 37 stitches. So for row 22, once again, super easy, chain 2, turn your work, and place 1 extended single crochet into each stitch. Okay, so for the next 12 rows, we are going to be repeating rows 21 and 22. So you're going to alternate between the decrease row and that regular row. Okay, so for row 23, you're going to decrease over the first 2 stitches and the last 2 stitches. Then for row 24, you're just going to place 1 extended single crochet into each stitch. So you're going to do that for 12 rows. So once you get to row 34, you should have 27 stitches in your row. Hey, here's the body completed. So I've got 27 stitches in row 34. So now we're going to sew together the 2 sides of the costume. So first, trim your working yarn, chain 1, and pull through to secure the end. Then fold your project like so, and you're going to attach the costume by the neckband first. So I'm going to be taking the residual purple strand, and I'm just going to sew the 2 sides together. Once I've sewn the length of the neckband, I'm going to push that strand through to the inside of the costume, and then I'm going to weave in the strand a few more times, and then I'm going to trim my yarn as closely to the work as possible. And I'm just going to repeat the exact same thing with the green strands for the body section of the costume. So once you've sewn the body together and weaved in all of your loose ends, you're going to take up that 4.5mm hook and the green yarn, or the yarn that you're using for the body section of your costume. You're going to be placing single crochets all around this section of the body. In the outside corners of the body, you're going to be placing 3 single crochets into 1 stitch, and in the inside corners, you're going to be placing a single crochet decrease. So join your yarn with the slip stitch at the top of the section, and then single crochet into that same stitch. Then I'm going to be single crocheting together over the next 2 stitches to make a decrease. And then I'm going to be placing single crochets along the edge. So the thing is here, they aren't defined stitches. So just make sure the single crochets are evenly placed along the side. And once you reach that outside corner, you're going to place 3 single crochets into that stitch. Just repeat this process all the way down, up, and around, and then attach your yarn with the slip stitch and fasten off. Next, you're going to be taking that purple color, or whatever accent color you're using, and you're going to be half double crocheting all the way around the same section. So just place 1 half double crochet into each stitch, except for those outside corners. Here you're going to be placing 3 half double crochets into the middle stitch of that outside corner. So once you've completed your row of half double crochets, slip stitch into the top of the chain 2 from the beginning, and then you're going to chain 2 again. Then I'm going to front double crochet into the next stitch and back post double crochet into the stitch after that. I'm just going to continue alternating this pattern all the way around. And you don't need to worry about increasing or decreasing in this round. It's the same alternating pattern that we did for the neckband. And when you reach the end, you're going to slip stitch into the chain 2 from the beginning, and you're going to fasten off.